Hi, welcome to PHP and MySQL video. This is a list of suggestions how you should use this video. The notes for this video can be found here at this URL, which is loaded here. And we have been doing PHP and we stop at example 8, which is a simple way of setting up a database and then do all the simple SQL statement to the database through PHP on a web page. We are going to do some we are going to move into the real stuff, which is not completely real, but real enough in example 009. Okay, so what happened was in our database. Okay, before we start, let's make sure your XM is running. Click on your XM. Which is here. Okay, so make sure that your XM is running and press start. Apache and stop MySQL. Let's go to PHP MyAdmin real quick. And this time, instead of pressing the admin button, we try the other way to go into PHP MyAdmin is just type in the URL. I'm just going to copy paste my URL here. You can of course type it in. And then the password login is Harry here. And the password is elbow monkey, which is here. So after you're in, if you realize what you have done, is we have a Kung Fu Panda Shop database and it has two tables, products and categories. And it's linked by a foreign key referencing one-to-many relationship. And I believe there are certain cool features that PHP MyAdmin gives you, which is really cool. If you click on Kung Fu Panda Shop, which is the name of your database, and you click on Designer, they will actually show you the one-to-many relationship, which is really cool. And you can drag around. They will tell you that one category ID can have many products and is linked by category ID, one-to-many relationship. And I have it on my web page. Okay. One category ID can have many category ID here, which means many products. Okay. And we want to make use of this one-to-many relationship and build a web page. Okay. So the web page will look something like this. We have a Kung Fu Panda Shop title. And on the left side, we have all the categories, which are action figures, MP3 songs, and DVD on the left side. And on the right side, when you click on action figures, all the products that is action figures will come out. Click on MP3 songs will come out, or DVD will come out. Okay. So this is like the simple layout of the web page, and we are going to do that. And of course, that is part of eg009. So before we do that, we are going to go to our Windows Explorer. I'm just going to right click and then left click Windows Explorer. And go to my C drive. This PC C drive temp, my PHP. And we are going to create a new folder. Right click new folder called eg009. And we are going to use the same database as eg008. So we have our database eg008 createDB here in eg008. So in the last example, we actually come over here and created we run the SQL statement eg008. If you look at the eg008 create DB, what it does is it will drop the database, drop the database, create it again, create the tables, establish foreign key referencing, and insert the records, and then create a user if the user does not exist. Okay, so technically you can run this again just to clean up your database and you have a fresh database. To do that, I'm going to show you another way of doing creating a database. Instead of running from SQL, you can actually just do an import the SQL file. So to do that, you can go to Home, click on Home, make sure you're outside of the database, outside of all the databases. Click on Import, and then browse for the SQL file, which is click on the Browse button, which is in your C drive. Temp, double click my PHP, eg008, eg008 createdb.sql, and the file will be loaded here. And then you say that, hey, I want to do it, just import. So everything is done. Okay, and if you look at Kung Fu Panda Shop products, you have a clean database. And if you look at the users, if you click on Home and look at user accounts, and you realize web user is created again with the database rights. Okay, so you have a fresh database to work with. So if you mess up the database in example 008, you have a new one. Okay, let me close this. And the next thing we want to do is we want to create a connect database file and download the main.css for eg009. All right. And remember for eg008, we have a connect to database file. Okay, so we don't really need to recreate, we just need to rename the file. Copy the file and rename it. Okay, create database. So we go to eg008. eg008a connect database. Copy this file. Go back to the new folder we have created and paste, right click paste eg009. So you go over to the old folder, right click copy, come over here, right click paste. So right click paste, and you copy the file, and then you rename the file, right click rename eg009a database. So you basically make a duplicate of the file, open the file again, and the file says connect to the same database with the same username, same password, and if it's correct, you just say that. If it's correct, successful. If not, obviously this file is not there anymore, so we have to change this later. Okay. All right, Control S to save, and let's run the file. And we just need the localhost, my PHP. I'm just going to Control C here, Control V to paste, go to eg009, click on eg009a database. You should have successful in connecting to the database. Okay, great, fantastic. And we need to download the main.css. So we come over here and say, hey, we need this main.css, which is a CSS file. So right click here, save link as, save into your C drive, temp, double click, my PHP, eg009, go to the new folder, save as. look at your Windows Explorer. Here you have the main.css file. Open this in Notepad++. Sorry, edit with Notepad++. So you look at the main.css file. Standard display block. Background is yellow, a little bit green. A different width. All the headings with different font size, padding and margin. For the UL and UI have a different kind of layout. And for the, if you are in the navigation, the UL have no bullet points. Different color for the links, all the states of the links are of different color. Nice table, header, all the semantic tags are formatted for you. There's a main for you, a side, width. So for this kind of layout, and section and footer. So it's a much more complicated CSS file compared to the example 8. And then if you put ID app products in a form, they have different layouts, all the good stuff. Labels, inputs have different layouts for alignment. Okay, so we downloaded that to your folder, eg009. And what if there's an error? Okay, what if there's an error? What if in eg009 database connection, let's create an error, shall we? Okay, what if the password is wrong? The password is cfu888. Obviously, it is wrong. They're going to give you an error message, and you will come here and include AB database error. Obviously, this file does not exist. So that's going to throw you another error. Let's try that. Control S to save. Come over here. Go back. Click on 9A database. They will say file not found. 912, because this file is not there. And we cannot reuse our AB database file, AB database error, because it's in another folder and it's not part of this little project. So we are going to create our new database error file. So we're going to call it 9B database error. Control S to save. And we're going to copy our AB database error, my PHP example 008. Copy our 8B database error, copy, click on this, go back to eg009, paste, and rename this to 9B database error, which is the same as the file name which we specify here, and then open this in Notepad++. Okay. So this is the file, and we want to change the title. This is not very professional, so we are just going to call it Kung Fu Panda shop, which is the shop we are going to build. And there is an error message. Control S to save. Let's see what happened. Go back, reload, and click on database. They will show the database error page. So you have this database error, which is not very professional, because this is the layout for the old CSS file. Okay. All right. So to change this layout to the new CSS file, we want to use the new main.css, and it has a couple of things like the header, which is a semantic tag. We are going to use that for this part. And then there is the main. We are going to use it for the whole part here. And then we have the footer. Obviously, we'll use it below, right? Okay. And then aside and section will be used later in the index. Okay, let's start changing this. So we have a header. And in the header, we are going to have a h1. Okay, let's see what it looks like. If you reload, you get that. That looks really good. That's your header. And then below, we are going to have a main. So we can reuse this. Let me just highlight all this and press a tab, T-A-B key, to indent it. And then we have a main. In the main, this is database error. Error connecting to the database. Error message is the same. That is good. So that's what it looks like. Reload. Okay, it looks much better because they give you all the padding border margin in the CSS file. And then you have a footer. And in the footer, we have alignment to the right. And that is a class, so we have to put it within a tag. And copyright symbol. (2025). Control S to save. Reload. So you have that really good. Okay, this looks really good, but and let's say you want this to change according to the year. I have to replace this with a PHP. Okay, and instead of 2025, we say the current date, but we only need the year. Control S to save. Come back here. Database. And you get that really cool error page. Okay. All right, that is a good place to stop because in the next video we are going to say, yep, in the next video we are going to say that, hey, I don't like the error anymore. I'm going to put it back to normal. And then we're going to do an index page. Okay. All right, thanks for watching. See you back soon.